If you're new to the game of Flesh and Blood, you may find that there's a bit of a learning curve when jumping into the game. It is a challenging game, but in my opinion, one of the best I've ever played. So I want to give you some resources that you can use to make the game a little bit more approachable early and as you dive in deeper and deeper into competitive play. And we'll go ahead and start with FabTCG.com. Now, you may find it strange that we're going directly to the main website for the first resource, because of course you would, but there's far more to FabTCG.com than you would at first expect. First of all, there are your subsequent event locators. You can go to the event tab, which drops down right here, and then you can go to event locator and of course find different events in your area. You can search via these search fields. But more than just finding events and more than just looking at deck lists of top place finishes at big tournaments and things like that, they also have a series of articles. I shouldn't even say one series. They have a lot of series of articles that you can really dive into and learn more about the game of Flesh and Blood. Things like the Primed to Fight National Championship article. They're doing a 0 to 80 how to build a deck. They have this huge draft guide that they released recently. And alongside of all of this, they're doing these weekly kind of catch-up videos put on by Majin Bey, the new national champion Majin Bey here in the US, where you can kind of follow along with what happened over the week. Yes, it's basically what I cover on my channel, but now it's Flesh and Bloodified. It's official. So, this is the official, unofficial Flesh and Blood channel, and you can go to now the official Flesh and Blood channel for these types of videos. They also have, in addition to those types of things, they have fun lore articles that you can read, which I think are incredibly well written. These have improved over time. Ever since 2019 when they were releasing the first ones, they've just gotten better and better. So if you're looking for info on the lore of specific heroes, you can find that in their articles section. Heck, you can even go to the lore section now and click on heroes. And in doing so, you can, when this loads, you can go to a specific hero and read the lore about that hero. So if you wanted to know about everyone's main man, Gravy Bones, and you wanted to see his lore, you can hit the, I believe the story section here has the different lore articles pieced out by hero. There is just a ton that you can do on this website, and I think LSS has done a very good job of making this a place where you can start your journey of Flesh and Blood, and you can kind of onboard new players, or if you're a new player, you can feel onboarded yourself via this website. But it's not the only place I would go, because the next stop that I would recommend is going to Fabrary.com, Fabrary.net, and making yourself an account, because this is the premier way to build a deck. If you look, there are thousands upon thousands of decks that have been built, and you can see all of the public ones. You yourself can create decks. If you look at my decks, I can go back a long ways. I can go back very, very far, all the way back to August 9th, 2022. I guess I had maybe this is as early as I can go, but I have 25 pages of decks. I have a lot of decks, and yes, a lot of them are gravy right now, but yeah, you can make decks for any format. You can make decks for any hero. Creating a deck is very simple. You just hit create. You can choose your format. If you want to check out the new Project Blue, you can build a deck of the new Bravo Flattering Showman, and in doing so, you can see all the cards. If that's too small for you, of course you can make it bigger. See all the cards that you can include. This has filtered it by cards that can be included in this new Bravo that is going to be coming out very soon in the new Guardian Mastery Pack, and I think this specifically will be found in the fighting thing, the UPF product that I can't seem to remember the name of. But you can build a deck by including cards. It's a fantastic tool. I mean, this is incredibly well built out. You can even go see tournament decks, like decks that have won tournaments. You can see them a little bit better, in my opinion, than you can on the FabTCG website, because the FabTCG website puts them in text form. I don't like that. I want to see the cards so that I can read their effects. So this is a winning deck. This is Sebastian Kleiner's Germany National Championship winning deck. So if you wanted to see Arachne slip through the cracks and what won that tournament, this is the list, which you'll notice a lot of people, if you're new to the game, use this website in their content, myself included, because it's just so good. It's fantastic. There's just a ton that you can do on this website. You can look at the living legend points for heroes. You can see how close they are to hitting living legend status in a really good compact graphic, which I think is fantastic as well. There's charts, there's data. I mean, if you're into that sort of thing, I got the stuff for you. There's spoilers if you wanted to see the contents of Armory deck Gravy Bones, or the upcoming Armory deck Ira, which we had a couple of cards just spoiled. Those will get added as time goes on. They'll add the new cards that came out like a couple of days ago, and you can see those and keep track of them. And what I think a lot of people don't know is that you can actually go to stats and go to like meta results. So check this out. If you go to stats and meta results, everything that's collected from the next site we're going to look at, everything that's collected here or on that site is produced here. This is game data played across the month of June. And you can see how heroes are playing in real time as the data is collected with people playing on the website that we'll look at next, called Talishar. It's fantastic. That you can just take this data and see for yourself. And of course you can take it and weigh it based on how valid you think that the testing is on that website. It's a bunch of people that are just coming together to play. If you don't view that very highly, take it for what it's worth. And if you do, great. There's another website that I'll show you after we look at Talishar that shows you tournament data all spread out. And for those that don't know, this tools section is incredible because you can do card overlays. This is actually the tool that they use on the back end of the official LSS streams, and it's available to you through Fabrary. I use these on our videos on this channel, which is pretty insane. There's a deck overlay where you can drop in a deck ID and you can see like, oh, look, let's make that active. And then this would show on stream. Like if you wanted to do streaming and you wanted to show that stuff, this is how you do that, which is pretty freaking cool. There's a nice little hypergeometric calculator, so on and so forth, right? So it's really a full-fledged website. Next up, we have the one, the only Talishar. Now, Talishar is a wonderful website if you are trying to test your deck out. Like for me, for example, in trying to build out my Gravy Bones list, I did a lot of testing on Talishar, and in doing so, I discovered what I wanted to play and what I didn't want to play. I then took that base list and I went with it to my Armory a couple of weeks ago, and I played it a bunch at my Armory. And in doing so, I said, oh, this is the local meta. I should format the base list that I have to my local meta, so I added and removed cards from there. But this is a fantastic way to just play a game of Flesh and Blood against someone else, test it, see what you think about your list, see how it plays. It is fully fledged. You can play just about any hero, just about any card, and it truly is like one of a kind. The fact that this is all fan-made as well is incredible. And I really do believe this is one of the best ways that you can try out the game and understand how your deck is going to function before you go to Armory level, before you go to a Battle Hardened, before you go to a Calling. It's as easy as dropping your Fabrary deck link in, going from there to hitting, we'll just do it, heck. We have our old Blaze competitive deck list. We've got a single player private room. We're good to go. We'll just throw this in. We'll make a 40 card deck. I mean, it's as easy as just playing the card and paying the cost and, you know, going through the steps. No, it's so simple. You can do everything you would normally do in a game. Some of it's automated for you, which is great. Some of it is manual. There's a lot of options for changing the way you want things set up. Like, for example, if you want manual targeting, or if you want to manually activate your Fyendal Spring Tunic so that you can practice adding the +1 counter so that you can eventually do that in tournament settings. It's a wonderful testing tool and one you should highly, highly use. And speaking of data, if you're a big fan of data like I am, this website will blow your mind. I think it's absolutely incredible. This is Fablazing.com, and it is a data website that is literally just all about the meta, all about tournament data, and all about hero finishes and like cards that you could see played in that deck. It literally has everything. It is incredible. If you're looking for what cards to put into your deck, if you're looking for what heroes you should play in your local meta or in a tournament, an upcoming tournament. If you want to know how other tournaments metas ended up looking like, this is the website for you. It is so freaking cool. So first of all, this is the main page, and it takes the data of 126,853 matches over the last 30 days across Talishar, and also you could also do it in paper. If you wanted paper, it would take 8,631 matches. These are all registered matches played in paper, and the results therein over the last 30 days. You can change the time period. You can change it from nationals or all tournaments, callings, battle hardens, the result across all of those. And you can even change it like sorting by win rate. You could sort it by meta percentage. So right now we have this over the past 30 days. These are the games that have been recorded in paper, either at nationals, at callings, or at battle hardens. And this is sorted by meta percentage. So this is, of course, including the time where Florian was, very popular in the meta. Florian is 8.9% of the meta. Coming out of that time where he was like really dominant, he still has an above 50% win rate. Syndra 6.7% of the meta, but I think going up 48.7% win rate, but I think that's going to be going up as well. If we narrow this into the past 14 days, there you go. That's about right. Gravy of Bones is 8.2% of the meta. Syndra's stock is rising. I would love to see that. I'd love to see like an up or a down arrow based on how they're changing over the past like X amount of days. But you can literally click on any of these heroes, and you can, in doing so, when you click on the hero as it loads, you can see a ton of data for them. The core cards played in like frequency here. 99.3% played at 3 copies, display loyalty. And then it goes down the list. You can see these are the core cards of the deck. So if you're looking to pick them up, you can see, how they're doing. You can see the win rate when that card is included in the list as well. I mean, it goes like so deep. It is so freaking cool. These are the equipment that are being run and, the win rate overall. Winning match examples. This website goes... I could spend an entire video just on this website. Maybe that's worth it. Maybe we could work something out where I just do an entire video. But you can literally look at versus Florian. Here's a winning match example of the list. Versus, I don't know, let's do versus Acilio. This game, here's the winning list. That was versus Acilio on this day at this time registered. You can there's a ton that you can do with this. If you wanted to know, for example, if I'm playing Syndra and I'm facing down a Prism, because Prism is a pretty good answer to Gravy Bones, just like Syndra is. If I'm doing that, apply filters. Here's versus Prism Awakener of Soul in the last 30 days. This is a list that was played into that. If that's something that you need or something you're curious about, here's all of that info. And I think it's a fantastic tool. You can look on this website about matchup matrix. Here's the national championship. Let's go back to the US of A. Boom. Here's the matchup matrix. So if you wanted to know which heroes in the national championship in the US had positive win rates, these are them. You can see how many matches they played. You can see how they fared. You could see what they were good against. It tracked literally everything because all of this data is made available on FabTCG.com. This is just putting it in an easy to digest location. My goodness, I could go on. There's even more. If you click tournaments, you can choose a tournament and you can see all the data of that tournament. It's pretty incredible. And then there's, of course, matchup analysis. Where, okay, let's pick a format, let's pick a hero, let's go Arachne versus, I don't know, Syndra. And then in the last 30 days, let's hit analyze matchup. And then here's the win percentage from Arachne's perspective into Syndra. A winning record, a losing record, and then here's the most common cards played in that matchup. It's crazy that this exists. It's honestly freaking crazy. You can do like, what's the core of a Gravy Bones deck? Let's take a look. What's the core of a Gravy Bones deck? I could tell you this, but so could they, which is great. So it's gonna literally load up this giant spread of Gravy Bones cards. And yep, this is about right here. Yep. This right here, maybe even down to here. This right here is the core. I would describe these cards as the core of the list, and then from there things get a little bit more interesting. I would put that in the core as well. But this is all data that has been collected from deck lists submitted at tournaments and in other locations. It's crazy. This website is so good, and I spent way too long talking about this specific one because this is the one that has most blown my mind. And if you are a player that's looking to improve, looking to get a little deeper in the game, Fablazing, that's the place to go, man. And of course, there's a bunch more that we could talk about, but I think these to me are where you should start or where you should dive into if you haven't yet. There's a lot to know about the game of Flesh and Blood. There's a lot to learn about the game of Flesh and Blood, and it's a fantastic game to really sink your teeth into. So hopefully these resources have helped you, and if they have, of course, make the number go to the other number, because that's what we do here on the channel. We make numbers go up. As always, everybody, thanks for watching.